It's Friday, May the 24th, around 10 a.m. Sarah and Alice are in their apartment in Bridgeport. Alice didn't feel well, so her mom decided that she can stay home from school. Sarah wanted to work from home today anyways. Sarah looks at her phone. It's her ex-husband Michael. She decides to go to her room to take the call because sometimes conversations with Michael can get heated and she doesn't want Alice to hear that. Hi Michael, why are you calling?
Hello, Sarah. I'm sorry to disturb you, but you and Alice have to get out of the city immediately.
What? What are you talking about? Are you alright?
Yes, Sarah. There's something going on. A lot of my business partners are leaving the country because of some virus spreading. You have to leave the apartment and go to Trent's house. I already talked to him. He also thinks it's not safe to stay in the city.
A virus? I have seen nothing on the news. Are you kidding me?
Sarah, I'm very serious. You have to leave now. Pack some food and clothes and take the car straight to Trent's house. I'm going to call you as soon as I figure something out. Please trust me.
Okay, I trust you.
Go now. I will call you later. Hey guys, come in. Alice, why don't you go play with Ken? We will be upstairs. The hospital called me today and told me all my appointments are cancelled due to some virus and that I shouldn't go to work until further notice. Isn't this crazy? The virus has to be really dangerous if they take these precautions at the hospital.
I also was told to stay home from work, but only until Monday, so they seem to hope that they get it under control, I guess. I don't know, Michael seemed really concerned. I also couldn't reach Carla. I have no idea what's going on with her. We should just stay here for the weekend. We have easily enough food for that. Until then, there's probably a solution. Help! Help! Please! You have to let me in! Please, help! Help! Help!
I
Please!
know her.
You have
She
to let
works
me
at the
in.
hospital.
Please,
We have to help her.
But what if she's infected? Help! Help! Please! You have to let me in! Please, help! What's wrong with this person?
We have to let her in. Come on.
Okay, you're right. Go, let's help her.
Thank you so much. I don't even know what would have happened if you didn't help me. There were some insane things happening at the hospital. I've never seen that before.
What do you mean? What was wrong with the person outside?
That was not a person. So many people were coming in with a high fever today. We weren't able to get it down. Nothing worked. So many died, and we weren't able to get them all to the morgue. And then some of them suddenly moved again. They started attacking staff and other patients. It was horrible. One of my colleagues shoved me out so we could escape, but he didn't make it.
So, that person outside was dead?
Yes, but they're very aggressive and very dangerous. It's best we wait for help. We can't go outside until the situation is under control. The military will probably come soon and get us somewhere safe. Okay, but we should get the house safe first.
So, hello and welcome. I'm Arie and I'm going to play a Sims 3 zombie challenge. I hope you liked the intro. I plan on doing these kind of cutscenes again. And another thing before we start, I just wanted to say something about the zombie challenge itself. It is around for a long time and there are a lot of different rules and approaches to it. I took some inspiration by the ones I found, but created mostly my own rules. But I will give you a full explanation of the rules when we get to use them later. And now I will just quickly show you an overview of the characters you just got to know. For now, I put down their age, career and other important characteristics. And also there are their traits and favorites. As you see, I put real life ages and their according age in sim days on each profile. I made a chart with the according ages here. I play with very long lifespans. Personally, I really like playing with longer lifespans, and also for the story I planned, longer lifespans just make more sense. But maybe I will adjust the lifespans during the game. Down there I already put an alternative lifespan for the adult and elder life stage, and I'm still unsure which of them to use, but I will see what works best after a while of playing. Anyways, for now I disabled aging and I plan to put it back on Monday morning. So here we have the Roberts and Ellen family. First you see Michael and Sarah, who are ex-husband and ex-wife. They have 2 children, Carla and Alice. Sarah has a brother called Trent, who is married to Naomi, and they have a son called Ken. So Michael is a 45 years old CEO who works all the time. We will meet him later. And there you have Sarah Roberts, who is a 45-year-old artist. Here are her traits and also her favorites and her zodiac sign. She works at the gallery where she has a studio and an art exhibition she is in charge of. Alice is the 11-year-old daughter of Sarah and Michael. She is always joking around and befriending people easily. She likes positive attention but doesn't like to be criticized. And Alice has an older sister and she is marked in red because she doesn't live in Bridgeport, and we will probably meet her later when we move out of Bridgeport. So then we have Trent here. He's 35 years old. He's a family therapist. He studied psychology at a renowned university. That's where he met Naomi. And he writes mystery romance books on the side. Naomi is 33 years old. She's an investigative reporter. And she also studied at a renowned university. Their son is Ken. He's 7 years old. He's a very quiet kid and he was very sick during his toddler years. And then we have here the Smith family. Josephine, also called Josie. She is 56 years old and she's an infectious disease researcher at the Bridgeport Hospital. She is also a professor at Bridgeport University and she's an eminent authority in her field. And she had a son at 16 years old, which you can also see at the age of Marcus, who is her son. But he's also marked in red because he also doesn't live in Bridgeport and we will probably meet him later. And Ethel Rose is the best friend of Josephine. So she does live in Bridgeport and we will meet her later in Bridgeport like Michael Roberts. I am planning to fill this with more information as the story progresses, but I will see how this works out. So this is the house I built for the Allens. It is north of the city near the hospital. I just put in that lot in the town edit.
So this lot is not original to Bridgeport. I really like to build hillside houses or just houses on sloped terrain, I guess. And I also want to improve my building skills because there are so many possibilities in the Sims 3's building system. I made this raised backyard with the constraint floor elevation cheat. And this cheat is such a game changer with building. But I still have to practice because these stairs are a little bit buggy, but still usable though. This is the front door with a little dresser to put off their shoes before entering the house. This is a very small but full bathroom because Ken's room is also on this basement floor, so I thought it would be nice if he had his own shower on this floor. Ken has 2 beds in his room, so I thought friends could sleep over, and I also have a mod installed that Sims can sleep on couches because I think this would make sense for a zombie apocalypse challenge. But the cheaper the sofa, the worse the sleep. That's just like with beds. And I also put a fix in for these bunk beds because the bunk beds do not scale with the cost of them, which makes absolutely no sense that Sims would have a bad sleep even in the most expensive bunk beds. So there's a fix and I put it in. I really like to play with a lot of mods. I will try to mention the mods I put in when it comes up, but I have just so many. I'm still working on organizing all of them and also find all the links so I can link them down below, but this will still take a while. And I will probably even add more mods during the challenge, so the game has more survival elements. There's also a door into the garage where the Allens still have baby furniture. Ken just aged up from a toddler to a child, so I think it would make sense that they still have some baby furniture lying around. And I also put in this inventor table because it just looks like the perfect garage workbench. I don't know if these things will become useful later, but I think I made the rules hard enough, so even if this becomes useful, I will not feel like cheating. There's also a door that leads outside to the trash can and to the stairs that lead to the backyard. Going up these stairs leads into the main part of the house. This is a kitchen slash dining room slash living room. The Allens do not have a TV because Trent and Naomi are both bookworms and they would probably want to encourage Ken to read rather than watching TV. They have a bigger dining table on the porch and also this yoga mat which comes from a mod. There is this little nook where I put some camping gear and also some sleeping bags in Ken's room. The Allens just seem like people who would go camping on vacation, and also this stuff could become useful. This is also where the laundry machine is. This is a cheap one, so when they use it, they will wake up the Sims in the main bedroom. That's because I did this under the roof room and it doesn't count as a closed room, so they get awakened by the loud laundry machine outside. The Sim also can't really use these items back in the corners, but I still think it gives the house a more cozy look. There's also a full bathroom upstairs. Trent and Naomi both have a desk and a computer, as Trent is a writer and Naomi is a journalist, so they both have their own workspace and also this little reading nook for them.
As Naomi is a eco-friendly sim, they do not have a dryer, but instead this clothesline outside. And now I can finally get into gameplay. The first part of the challenge will be to survive the weekend and get the house safe. So I will just put this cupboard in front of the main door. I already locked the fence gates and I have to still lock this door, but I've seen there's some spoiled food in the fridge, so they will need to go get that outside, so I will leave the door unlocked for now. There's not really an actual danger yet. Zombies will not just come to the lot and wait outside. I turned off traffic with the NRAS traffic mod, so every sim has to walk everywhere. There will still be a taxi driving around here and there, but they are just scenic cars, as I read in a forum, so they do not transport sim, they just drive around for aesthetic purposes. I turned down the traffic delta option in the mod, so less of those appear, but they can't be disabled completely. That's what the forum post told me. But even if all sim have to walk around the world, the Ellen's house is on a remote street, so there won't be many passerbys. So the biggest challenge is to just keep them all kind of happy so they will be ready for the expedition on Monday. I will explain how these expeditions work on the next episode though. Trent and Sarah will talk to their children. This is also a mod, so I can just click socialize and decide in which kind they socialize, so I do not have to continuously choose what interaction they will use. The children probably heard Josie scream for help and are worried now, so the parents will try to calm them down. Josie will just sleep for a bit. She's really exhausted. She worked at the hospital the whole night because of the rapidly spreading zombie virus. She mainly works as a professor of medicine, but obviously stepped in to help in an emergency. And Naomi allowed her to sleep in their bed in the main bedroom so she can rest without getting disturbed by the other Sims. Oh, okay. Alice is sick. This comes from a module of the NRAS vector mod. This is also the mod I use to get the zombies. So these are not the vanilla Sims 3 zombies. These are modded zombies. And also there are some other diseases Sims can get, but I left out the deadly ones and also the uncurable ones. Alice seems to have a cold. I actually didn't get her sick on purpose, even though it fits perfectly with the intro cutscene where I said that Alice stayed at home from school because she was feeling sick. I do not know if it makes sense to keep Alice away from the other Sims so they do not get infected with the virus, but I think it probably already happened, so I will not bother keeping them away from each other. But one thing I actually wanted to do was get this bed upstairs, so Josephine can sleep in that bed later. During this weekend I want to tell you more about the Sims and their backstories, and I also want to let them get to know Josie. I already gave them relationship points because it would make sense that at least the related Sims would know each other. And I also already gave them skill points for storytelling purposes. I do not feel like cheating just because all of them already have a cooking skill, for example. I grinded so many skill points and career levels when I played The Sims on my own, so I wanted to change that in this challenge. They have a lot of different skills and some of them probably won't even get useful, but for storytelling these skills are pretty nice. How are they feeling? They all getting a bit hungry. So Naomi just finished her book. I will let her take out the bad food and also just take out the trash for now. They are still socializing. And now I will just lock the door after Naomi is inside again. And she can just prepare food for them all. Serve dinner. An organic autumn salad sounds nice. Oh, there's a dog in front of the door, but I do not think that I will be able to adopt him now. Maybe he will come back later. He's so cute. He's a really cute dog. But I think this would just overcomplicate everything to have a dog now. But maybe he will come back later and I can adopt him at a later point. Naomi is preparing the salad for everyone. They're all already hungry, so as soon as she's done... Oh, okay, this is another mod I've installed. This is just so I can decide how many portions of food they make, so later when there's no fridge available, they won't waste so much food because it just spoils so fast. For now I will just make 6 portions because there's 6 people, and then I will just let everyone get a plate. And so everyone is grabbing a plate of food. I hope they will decide to eat outside. Okay, it's a bit cold. It has only 12 degrees, but this is probably fitting for late May. Okay, Trent just decides to stand while eating the salad. This table just seems to be a bit problematic for so many Sims. But this house is obviously not made for so many Sims, which also makes sense. Alice and Sarah are just here for a visit, and Josephine wasn't even planned to be here. So it makes sense that it is a bit problematic to get around with so many people in such a small house. I think I can wake up Josephine for now so she can grab a plate. She has to go to the toilet. Then she can also go to bed. Josephine will eat and then take a shower. And Trent will also just use the toilet downstairs and then just go to bed. Josephine hasn't eaten yet. Okay, she couldn't sit down, so she will eat now. Ken and Alice can go to bed, but Alice will just take a shower before she will go to sleep. She will sleep on Trent's couch downstairs. And Sarah will just sleep on the couch upstairs in the living room. I will just let her go to the toilet and then take a shower. And then Josephine can also go to sleep. So now after Josie is in bed, I will skip to the next day. Josie is the first one who's waking up again. She's feeling pretty great, so she can just clean up the dishes and maybe read a book, because there's not a lot to do at the Allen's house. I had to leave this wall green because if you look at the house from the outside, you also see this wall, and I can just paint the whole wall, not the upper and the lower part disconnected from each other. So I left it green so it would look still nice from the outside, but from the inside it looks a bit weird. Okay, today a cat is waiting outside. I really want to adopt an animal later in game, but for now it's just a bit too early. But they're just so cute. Okay, he's leaving now. So now Naomi and Trent are awake. Naomi will just take a quick shower and Trent will serve breakfast for everybody. Naomi can get to know Josephine for now. And also Sarah just awake. She will also have to take a shower and then she can just do some laundry. I wanted to tell you more about the background stories of these Sims. The first one I want to talk about is Naomi.
Naomi's parents moved to Bridgeport before she was born because her father got a great job offer. She was born and raised in the city. Sarah is also sick now, so I think all of them will get sick at some point. I really hope they will be kind of healthy again on Monday before I have to go on an expedition with them, because it will be a bit more difficult with a sick sim because they will feel just really awful because they're sick. But I will see you on Monday. Back to Naomi, because she's a daredevil and eco-friendly sim. I thought that she would have been a bit of an activist as a teenager and always wanted to reveal the grievances in society. After school, she decided to study journalism, and that's where she met Trent because they studied at the same university. Naomi is a bit more of a serious sim, but Trent won her over with his positive outlook on everything. He always made her laugh because he has a good sense of humor, and also he's a hopeless romantic. He's just as open-minded as Naomi, so they're a really good match. After university, they traveled together a lot because Trent is an adventure sim and Naomi, as a journalist, probably would want to see the world and experience different places. This also helped Trent with writing his book, and Naomi did write a lot of articles during their travels. They did never really plan to have children, but Naomi surprisingly got pregnant. But even though they didn't plan to have Ken, they loved him from the first moment they found out about Naomi's pregnancy. Okay, Alice really needs to eat something and then she will take a shower, but she will take a shower downstairs. And then she can play with Ken again, with the blocks. Okay, he's talking to Sarah, that's also okay. Okay, Ken can just move the clothes to the clothesline for now. And then he can go downstairs and play with Alice. Trent will just collect all the laundry on the lot because it looks just so untidy with all the clothes lying around on the floor. I actually put in these laundry baskets and I thought that the laundry will just fill up automatically into these laundry baskets and it will stop it from laying around on the floor, but it doesn't seem to work like that anymore, or I just remember wrong. So Ken is also sick now, who is still healthy. So Trent is still healthy and Josie is still healthy. And also Naomi, she really needs to eat some pancakes. Josie needs to use the toilet and then also eat some pancakes. Ken is still really young. Oh, he got really wet from hanging up the wet laundry and he's also sick. Poor boy. Ken was really sick during his toddler years. The doctors couldn't really find out the cause. The doctors recommended the Allens to move out of the city, so that's why they live a bit outside of the city in this house. Before they also lived in the city in a apartment, but because of Trent's sickness, they searched for a house a little bit more into the nature, and miraculously Ken actually got better, but they did never really get an answer what actually caused the sickness. They all just chilling out here. For now I just let Sarah use the computer. I think it's still a bit rude to just use the computer of her brother. For now the computer still works. Oh, okay, so Josephine and Sarah decided to talk to each other. Nice. Wanted all of them get to know Josephine. Oh, okay. They don't seem to like each other. Do they have very different traits? Okay, maybe I have to intervene. They seem to really hate each other. Ask about Day. Calm down, and maybe from now on they can just socialize in a friendly manner and get to know each other a bit better. Okay, Josie and Trent are also sick now, so it seems like the infection will take around 3 days, but if I get lucky it will... Oh, okay, for him it already changed to only 2 days. So if I get lucky, they are all healthy again on Monday. They are still fighting. Okay, but Sarah just apologized. They just do not seem to get along with each other. Maybe because they're feeling really awful. The next sim I wanted to talk about was Trent. He was always the baby of the family as he is 10 years younger than his sister Sarah. But they're still very similar. Both of them are free spirits and think being positive brings positivity back. He really likes to help people, always has an open ear and makes everybody laugh as he has a good sense of humor. During his childhood he was very interested in medicine because his father is a doctor, but he was scared of doing surgeries and all of the bloody parts of being a doctor. So he went into psychology. He's a great therapist. He can really empathize with others. He also likes to write. As he's a romantic sim, I thought he would write romance novels with an adventurous twist, like Indiana Jones, but written by Nicholas Sparks, I guess. So yeah, that's Trent. They're all already really tired again, so I will just send Sarah to bed. Josie's also really tired, she will need to sleep. Alice will just go to the toilet and then she also can sleep. Trent can also go to sleep after his yoga practices. She can try to chat with somebody. Maybe she's trying to contact somebody to find out what's going on outside because they have no idea what's going on. So I just pretend that she tries to chat to other people to find out about the situation. Can now go to the toilet and then also go to sleep. Oh, okay. Trent clogged the toilet as it seems. I think I gave Naomi the highest handiness skill, so she can just unclog the toilet and wash her hands and then go to bed. Okay, Trent is also done with yoga, so he is also going to bed. Okay, now she's done with unclogging the toilet, washing her hands and then going to bed. And now that everybody's asleep, I will just skip to the next day. So it's Sunday and Josie is the first one waking up again. I totally forgot to put these pancakes into the fridge, so Josie will just throw them away. Also, she will just clean the sink and then she can use the toilet and take a shower. Sarah is also just about to wake up, so I will let her serve breakfast, pancakes again. Sarah will take a shower after she wakes up. Ken also will do that, but I hope he will sleep long enough so Alice will be already done with taking her shower, so I will just wake up Alice now. Okay, Trent can eat the leftover autumn salad in the fridge and then he can take a shower after Josie's done. They're all feeling really miserable, but mainly because they're all sick. It's -70 mood and a lot of them are also just really hungry. Okay, there's still some autumn salad left in the fridge, so I let Josie grab one of those plates because Sarah is still cooking. Naomi will just take a quick shower. Okay, Sarah will also eat some leftover autumn salad. And I will just wake up Ken so he can take a shower. Okay, Sarah accidentally started a fire. I thought I gave her... She has 3 cooking skills, but still started a fire, probably because of her low mood. I will try to extinguish it myself and hope that the fire department isn't coming, because this would just really ruin the scene of the zombie apocalypse if the firefighters would just turn up. Can she also help? Trent just called the firefighters. What is he doing? I think Sarah has it under control. Oh, okay, they're firefighters. They're showing up. The firefighter actually showed up. Unfortunately, for realism's sake, this is a bit meh, but I was able to extinguish the fire myself without the help of the firefighter, so I will just pretend that he didn't show up. Okay, everything is a little bit dirty here. Okay, so Sarah is finally done with making the pancakes. She can just grab a plate for herself and then she will need to take a shower. And this time I remember to put it in the fridge so it doesn't spoil. Trent will just clean all of these things because he's the only one actually feeling kind of okay. Except Ken, he's also feeling kind of okay, but I do not want Ken to do all of the housework. Now I want to tell you more about Sarah. So Sarah always was a very creative sim. In high school, she was a little bit of a heartbreaker as she's irresistible until she met Michael and fell madly in love with him. She had Carla, her first daughter, and Michael went up the corporate ladder. Sarah paused her career to be more with Carla, and in Carla's childhood, Michael was still very present. But it got less and less as he was working more and more. Sarah and Michael argued constantly because he did not spend enough time with the family and Sarah felt very lonely as Carla was in school all day. So when Sarah and Michael were arguing a lot and Sarah felt so lonely, they decided to have a second child to save their marriage. And this child was Alice, but that did obviously not work out, and when Alice was 7, they actually got divorced. Sarah started working again when Carla moved away for college when she was 17. She works with the gallerist of the Bridgeport gallery to choose the exhibits and also gives sculpting and painting classes, and works on her own art in the working rooms of the gallery. Alice still visits her dad every second Sunday, but he's very busy with work. As Alice witnessed all the arguing of her parents as a toddler and during her childhood, when she becomes a teen, I want to give her an according trait to that backstory. I just want to make some food that the Sims that go on the expedition can take with them, so they have a snack if they get hungry on the expedition. And the most fitting food is probably just a grilled cheese sandwich that is the easiest to transport in my opinion. So Naomi will just make 4 grilled cheese sandwiches for the expedition tomorrow. Overall, Alice is still a charismatic and funny sim, as her parents are both very social and charismatic sims. And she's also creative, but more in the musical direction. She plays the piano as this calms her and takes all of the things off her mind. She and Ken are best friends. Sarah and Alice spend a lot of time with the Allens since Ken was born. It brought Sarah and Trent back together as Sarah went to college when Trent was just 8, but having children around the same age brought the families closer together. Trent also always liked Michael. Even when he worked too much, he always tried to soothe Kara as he knew Michael was a great father. He just lost his direction and got greedy. He also tried to talk to Michael, but he wasn't able to get through to him. And at some point, the arguing just was too much and Sarah and Michael got divorced. But neither Sarah nor Michael had another partner ever since. Okay, Ken is really tired, so I will just send him to sleep. Alice really needs to use the toilet, then she will just eat leftover autumn salad and also go to sleep. Naomi will just have a quick meal, a organic green salad, and then she needs to take a shower and go to sleep. Sarah will go to sleep as well. Josie will eat a leftover autumn salad and also take a shower after Naomi. Trent also still hasn't eaten, so he will also eat leftover autumn salad and then he can just go to sleep. And now to Josie's backstory. So I will start Josie's story with when she moved to Bridgeport after her second husband died. She wanted to be closer to her best friend Ethel. They met during the time Josie was an assistant doctor in her 30s. They connected instantly and became best friends, but they lived quite far from each other. When Josie moved to Bridgeport, Ethel offered her to stay with her, but Josie declined for the moment. Because she never lived alone all her life, she just wanted to try that out first before moving in with Ethel. She got a professorship in Bridgeport because of her vast knowledge in her field. I still have more backstory for her, but this will be revealed later. For now, everyone is asleep and I will just end the episode here.
We will go on the expedition tomorrow and I will show you all the rules I made up, especially for the expeditions, for looting, and also when one of these sims is getting attacked by a zombie sims. This will all happen in the next episode. Thank you for watching.